Hi, everybody. I'm Beverly Behrens' daughter, Sandy, and I wanted to share a story about a very special recipe that brought me together with Mona. My mother was very close to Mona, and every time that she would come to Millbank to visit, she would make time for Mona. And I never really got to know Mona that well until something very special happened. And this isn't what was special that happened, but my mother died in 1999, and every year for my birthday, she would make my favorite dessert, which was a chocolate cake ice cream roll. And I adored this dessert. But she always made me aware how difficult and what a pain in the you-know-what it was to make, because the cake would always break when she would try to roll it up, and she just had a dickens of time. So after Mom died, I was going through her things, and I was going through her recipes, and I found this recipe. And how many of these recipe cards have you seen with splatters of the ingredients on it? But after this, after the chocolate cake ice cream roll was the name Mona. And I thought, she got that recipe from Mona, I bet. And I thought, you know what, I'm gonna start making that ice cream roll for myself every birthday in memory of my mother. And I thought, I'm gonna give that a try. But what was interesting is on the back of the recipe was a letter that was attached to it, and it was from Mona to my mother. And so Mom was having trouble with this recipe, so apparently she had written Mona and said, okay, I'm really having difficulty, can you give me some ideas on how to do this? So Mona had typed up a letter back to my mother explaining, okay, this is what I do, and gave her some more information about what was going on in her life. And so I told her, I said, I'm going to make this recipe, and by the way, I'm going to be coming to Millbank because I come every year, and I'd like to see you. So it has been 19 years that I have been coming to visit Mona, and we always credit our relationship to the recipe. But I have to share one other thing about this recipe that I mean about the letter that Mona wrote, because it just tickled me. And so this part of the letter says, reminds me that right after we were married, my mother sent a nice chicken to us with somebody who was coming to Millbank. Looked like the chicken was all ready for the oven and had the poultry pins in, so I thought, how nice, already stuffed. So I baked the chicken, took out the pins to get the dressing out, and heard this crunching sound. No dressing. Here my mother had put fresh eggs wrapped in paper in the cavity, thinking that was a good way of getting them here okay. We still ate the chicken. So I don't know if Mona remembers that part of the letter, but it made it it was even more special. So Aunt Mona, thank you for the recipe, and thank you for the relationship that we've had these 19 years. I appreciate it, and I love you.